we gotta talk about Carl's guy, Ty's guy, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is looking at the Ravens and like, how could you? All right. So they still haven't. They hit him with a non exclusive tag, and he could go anywhere and go negotiate. Nobody sat down with Lamar yet. So is it a surprise? Are we surprised that this is happening? And Tomo, I think we got the same answer for this. No, we are not surprised. We talk about this and we had a whole conversation about this in the chat. We knew what was going on. We know what the Ravens doing. And me personally, I think it's a smart move on their side, but it's a risky move at the same time. All right. But I think Lamar is not your average top five is coming later, but he's not your average, football player, because normally when you franchise tag a player, people say it creates bad blood. All right. And I remember when Dak Prescott got hit with the franchise tag, and everybody's like, "Oh, Jerry, you don't want to do that." I'll never forget when Kirk Cousins got hit with his franchise tag, and it definitely created bad blood between him and Washington. Once he got hit with the franchise tag the first time, he made up his mind he wasn't coming back to Washington. So, but Lamar Jackson is different. So he hit him with an Oscars tag. Lamar is obviously being represented by his mom, which a lot of other agents don't like. The NFL don't like. We talk about this too, Tom, in the chat. Lamar is setting a trend. He's about to start something that's going to be happening in the future. Kind of like when LeBron left Miami and left Cleveland with Miami. He started something. That's what Lamar Jackson is doing with a fully guaranteed contract and having somebody else that you don't have to pay, like somebody in your family or yourself, to represent you. Because guess what? We don't know nothing about Lamar's side. We did hear something. I heard something, a source that said that he is willing to ready to move on, basically, if need be. But that's not a credible source. But if normally you're represented by one of these agents that's paid, they leak stuff out and all that stuff. So Lamar's side, you don't know nothing. All we know what the Ravens are saying. So, and I think the reason why teams are not lining up to see Lamar is because they're like, no matter what we do, y'all going to match it. No matter what we do. So if they go out there and negotiate, let's use Detroit for example, Tombo. Mm-hmm. If Detroit goes and negotiate with Lamar, offers him the fully guaranteed contract, and the Ravens turn around and smack him with the guaranteed contract and sign it, how do you think Jared Goff gonna feel? You see what I'm saying? All right. So these teams go out and negotiate Lamar and it doesn't plan out. That's not going to be good for their quarterback that they currently have. So I think Lamar, he's going to play under that franchise tag if nobody signs him. He's going to get hit next year, play again, and then he'll be a free agent. I don't think Lamar's going to hold out and miss out on $32 million. Why do that when you're fighting for guaranteed money? All right. So that's my take on that. What you think, Tom?
Man, oh man, this went from is Lamar going to play again to is Lamar going to sign back to are the Ravens going to sign Lamar? Are they going to franchise tag him? Well, now he has a franchise tag and now he has a non-exclusive tag. To the media, really not talking too much about it. Everything was hush hush, and then boom, it seemed like the last month, this whole Lamar situation is just like an episode of that HBO show Ballers, where they just like everybody got to move some chess pieces, but Lamar doesn't really have an agent. They say like. One person say it's his mom, somebody else say it was his trainer. Like it's just so much speculation on it. And everything you said about the owners is true. But everyone wants to, like, the media is so split down the middle with this situation about, well, Lamar shouldn't play on the franchise tag because the Baltimore Ravens just need to pay him. And then everyone else is like, well, who else is going to actually, as an owner, who's going to give up those 2 first-round picks if I know that the Ravens are just going to match it? Like, I'm not going to do all the paperwork and groundwork for you to just sign off on it. Like, it's like a group project where you don't do nothing but you get the A. They're like, nah, we're not about to do that. However, no one's really, I mean, some people are throwing it out there, but they always want to say that's an outlier. They need to be actually pointing fingers at the Cleveland Browns for this. Because technically, if they would have never overpaid a quarterback who didn't play he didn't play for half a year, a whole year and a half, 2 years. For like 2 years, you give him fully guaranteed. Now you don't think the next quarterback is going to do that. However, the ripple effect is you still have people like Dak Prescott who signed after the Deshaun Watson deal. You still got Kyler Murray who signed after the Deshaun Watson deal. So because of that, most agents were like, well, I mean, I think everything's going back to the status quo. And Lamar Jackson's like, no, they're the status quo. I'm me, and they need to pay me. So look, for the teams that actually have the cap space and the 2 picks to give up, I would say do what the Browns did. Go crazy. Just drop a number out there and make the Ravens match it.
I'm with that too.
Like just go crazy. But they won't pick up the phone because they quote unquote believe that Lamar doesn't have the stereotypical NFL sports agent. Also, this is why sports media platforms are going crazy because they have no one to talk to. Like you said, the agent would leak things out because that's part of the chess game, though. Agents play the same chess game that the owners play. I'm very familiar with one franchise, the Dallas Cowboys, and we know that right before they want to cut or trade a player, they go on a bash campaign. Well, he didn't want like Amari Cooper, which is backwards to me though, because you want the full value for the player. Well, he didn't get the COVID shot, and he misses games, and he sat out for this, and he's always hurt. And then you want to trade the player, knowing you're not going to get that much value back if you bash him like that. What Lamar Jackson needs to do is just go to the Ravens front office and blast this song by Trey Songz. I don't want to leave, but I got to go right now because it's time to go, man. Y'all playing with me. And even if they do match it, I would ask for a trade. I would request a trade. You got to turn the NFL into the NBA at this point because it's like the relationship is so fractured by now that there's no way you can go back in there and just look at everybody like it's all handy dandy. This is fully business at this point. Any relationship that you had with the Ravens that was personal is fully business from this point on. Like there's no more friends in this game. So to me, Lamar, I mean, you playing a dangerous game of chicken, but it's gonna be interesting because most people say you shouldn't play on the franchise tag.
Yeah. See, Lamar respect it's him and the GM and owner. He respects his coach, respect the coaching staff, players. He's all in with them. But I think Lamar truly understands, and that's why he represents himself. He understands the business side of it, and he's not mixing business with the game basically, right? Yeah. Which is part of the business, but he's not mixing the negotiations with his play on the field. Because at the end of the day, Lamar did get hurt the last 2 years, so teams might be looking at that, which I think somebody will still pay him, but Lamar still has to continue to prove himself because Lamar, I think he wants to be a Raven. Because if they go out and win the Super Bowl this year, he's gonna get paid regardless from the Ravens.
That's the dangerous game of chicken. Because you could have just paid him now. Because now if he won the Super Bowl, he definitely gonna want that guaranteed money.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, I understand both sides, but I'm on Lamar's side. If that makes sense, I'm on Lamar's side. I want Lamar to get his money, and like I said, I think Lamar is a baller. He's not gonna neglect his team, so he's not gonna hold out. I don't think he's gonna sit there and just ride it through like Kirk Cousins did. He's gonna just ride it through, and Kirk Cousins got guaranteed money after that, and Lamar about to get super guaranteed money. And like you said, it's not his fault. Deshaun Watson got that contract.
No,
it's not his fault.
No,
sorry, it happened, and it's in his division too. Like
and let's throw one more thing out there since we talking about outliers, right? You know, the NFL signs a promo deal, right, where they all get a profit share of the promotions from like Papa John's and things like that, Pizza Hut, whatever. Jerry Jones is the one owner that always bucks the system. Like the NFL will sign with Miller Lite, and Jerry Jones will have a Bud Light sponsorship, or he'll do his own thing and sign with AT&T. So if Jerry Jones can do it, Lamar Jackson probably sitting back at home and like, well, y'all don't point the fingers at him. Pay me my money,
and he's known for that too.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like you got to deal with like I think the NFL is StubHub, and he got to deal with Ticketmaster. Like he just always does the opposite.
That's leverage too, and that's a money. It's a business decision what he's doing, which is smart, and it's been working. So, Lamar, we here for you.
We here for you.
Free Lamar, right here. Free Lamar. All right. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe, and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.